These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another episode of How About Them Celtics. Sam and I are here recording on Wednesday, June 19th, a couple days after the Celtics won Banner 18, won an NBA championship. And no, I'm not going to stop saying that for the foreseeable future.
All the stuff.
It's
Look at all the stuff I bought. I got my towel. I got my hat. I got my shirt. I have another shirt. I have stickers. I got all the stuff.
It's going to be the intro. I'm going to say it every time. We're going to be in August, and I'm going to say a couple months after the Celtics won Banner 18 because
we should have world champion Celtics on the banner up top, like above Celtics. It should say world champion.
True. Maybe we'll add something. We'll throw something on.
Gold clover.
That'd be fun. How you doing, Sam? Feeling good still?
I'm gonna be good for a while. It did hit me today, though. I was thinking, and I was like, "Damn, like." No more games for a while. I was like, oh man, like August is coming. For now, we've got some fun stuff. We have like bonus content this summer because we have the Olympics too, and we might have 3 guys playing, so it'll be a little extra juice. Those will run till mid-August. We'll go to summer league. Fun content plan. Jack and I will be at the parade Friday.
Yeah,
in some capacity.
Yeah, we'll do something. If anything, September might be the worst month for us because August is the Olympics.
No, but what I mean is like August, September is like the.
I know. Hell. I'm thinking of summer, but like every other month up to September has something. Like July has summer league, June even now like till then has the draft. Like there's still draft free agency.
Will be good.
August has Olympics. September has nothing, and I'm moving, so it's going to be quite the interesting.
Moving is not fun, I'll tell you.
No, I don't have too much stuff. I have a lot of stuff in my room that I'm not going to bring with me, so it's going to be pretty. I don't think it'll be as difficult as I think most moves are, but it'll be good. Anyways, a lot of stuff kind of to talk about. A few Celtics housekeeping things, a couple of NBA things, but before we get to that, we're going to jump over to a chat we had with Timmy G, who hosted. I don't know if he's doing it. The Banner Banter
pod.
Yeah, Banner Banter.
Long-time season ticket holder. Friend of the show.
Yes, season ticket holder for this was the 18th year for Banner 18 was in the house. So we chatted with him, known him for a little while. We appreciate him. The conversation was great. I'll let y'all go enjoy that now. Alrighty, it is my pleasure to welcome in OG guest on the podcast, Timmy G, Banner Banter 18, host of the Banner Banter podcast, season ticket holder at Celtics games for how many years, Timmy?
This is year 18, so it's beautiful.
Wow.
Special stuff. That's
special, very special stuff.
See, now you're lined up. It can be 18, then 19 next year.
Then 20, and dynasty. Yeah, I'm a dynasty season ticket holder. Yeah, that's the goal.
We are talking to Timmy G at 3 p.m. the day after the Celtics won the championship. And you mentioned that you haven't slept because you've been a very busy guy since last night, which respect, and we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us regardless.
Of course. Absolutely. No, it was an unbelievable night. My job, Big Dan Entertainment, we've been doing all these Celtics watch parties. I work with that Green Runs Deep kid, Corey, who's a fanatic. And yeah, it's just been a whirlwind of, it's not even 24 hours. Thinking about it, it seems like it happened like 3 weeks ago. How tired I am.
It's wild. I mean, I left the garden at like 5:30 and I finished my work at like maybe 4. And I just kind of didn't want to leave. I was just like, there's so much going on. Like, I don't really want to leave this place yet. So I just kind of hung around. Some people took some half court. Somebody brought a ball. So we were just kind of shooting around on the garden floor, which was like insane to do at like 5 a.m. I made a couple. We were chucking up half court shots. I unfortunately wasn't the one to make it, but we were
shooting half court shots after they win the finals. Was there confetti still on the ground?
Oh yeah, we were slipping.
That's
everywhere.
Incredible. That's incredible.
We were falling all over the place.
It was
insane. There was
breaking
so much
your
confetti
leg on the parquet would be an all-time story.
There was this group of people. I think it was concessions, like who were concessions at TD Garden. They brought pizza out there, so I stole some pizza. So that was nice. But then there was like we were talking to these other people. And we were like, oh, yeah, do you guys work for the team? Or are you? And he goes, no, they hired us to clean up the confetti, but we were just hanging out right now. We'll do it later. So we were just like, they were supposed to be cleaning up the confetti, but they're just like, hey, when are we going to get to do this again? So we were just all having a good time. I mean, you said it at the top of the show, Timmy. season ticket holder for 18 years. You were there in the building last night watching it happen. Just run us through it, man.
So many people, like a lot of my friends have been like, what was better, 08 or this one? And like, you just knew in 08 that after like the first quarter, it was a wrap. You didn't really know it was a wrap until Peyton hit that shot, and
What a
props.
shot.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And props to Joe Mazzulla, right? The guy literally throws everything against the wall, and hopefully it works out. Like, you look at Dante Exum, who didn't take that shot at the end of the first quarter, and Peyton just said, screw it, I'm gonna, and it completely changed everything. And it was one of the loudest times I have ever heard that building when I've been at games. Ever. It was unbelievable. Just from start to finish. The content team before the game, all the hype up videos, how they have like Porzingis come out like it's WWE, like he said he was going to. Just an incredible night. Perfectly executed by everyone involved. It was great.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
What were the signature shoes this year, Timmy G? I know every year you have a pair of sneaks that you roll up to the games with every single time. Which one's got the job done this year?
Tatum
the
twos.
Tatum too.
Respect.
Yeah, these things
Oh,
are
ankle,
destroyed.
real bad.
Absolutely destroyed. I don't clean them.
Right.
Like, I have another pair of these that I actually like wear out,
Yeah.
like to work, but these are toast. Absolute toast. Yeah, there's liquor, probably some popcorn, some ketchup on it. But yeah,
As
these
you do.
these were the shoes. I got them at the start of the playoff run, and it was awesome.
Will they be worn
big
next year
play.
now too?
No,
Are you
nope.
superstitious guy?
I'm gonna do like this. Like, I have this idea of like, I grab some of the confetti.
Yep.
I want to like frame the shoes, frame a hat, get a little mini banner, and just kind of put it all together.
Yeah.
Because I have the 2008 when they used to do hard tickets. I have games 1, 2, and 6, which was Kevin, Ray, Paul, all autographed.
Ooh. Wow.
In a frame. It's unfortunately right above my big computer screen here, but yeah. But yeah, I want to do kind of something like that for this run, because it was one of the best Celtics teams of all time.
It's crazy. I'm pretty sure. What is the stat? They have the best record of any like win percentage of any Celtics team ever.
Correct. Yep.
I think it's insane. Like,
80 and 21.
It's wild. I feel like it's gonna take a long time to fully like contextualize and appreciate how good the Celtics team was, and I don't think people will be able to actually do it until they finish. If they win, just this one or multiple championships or whatever it ends up being, like they were so completely dominant throughout the entire regular season and playoffs. And I mean, there's no doubt that they got lucky in the playoffs to a degree.
For
like,
sure.
Like it's always going to be a part of it, but they did it through the entire regular season. Kristaps Porzingis played in 4, 5 playoff games total, 6 playoff games total of their 19. And they still stormed their way to the finals, stormed their way to a championship. No series went past 5 games. It was 5-5, 4-5. Like, no one's Brad Stevens did an inexplicably impressive job putting this team together. And I don't think that's going to be, it's like, people aren't going to fully understand how good this team is until we're like 10 years down the line. Like, this is probably the second best constructed team of the 2010s behind the KD Warriors. I would say it's up there in terms of like well-roundedness. Like,
yes, yeah, from top to bottom, from the coaching staff all the way down. Like, and that's one thing. Like, Danny Ainge deserves credit for saying no Markelle Fultz, no Ben Simmons, taking a risk on Jalen. But I honestly think if Danny Ainge was still here, we wouldn't have Drew and we wouldn't have Porzingis. And the fact that Brad just had the testicular fortitude to make those risks and just go with it is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And like you mentioned, like some people that probably may not get mentioned or we really won't think about it in 10 years, but like Charles Lee and Sam Cassell made
crazy
Joe Mazzulla a much better coach. Yes, Joe learned and grew himself, but those two are going to go so underappreciated throughout this run. And I don't think that can be talked about enough.
They were great. I mean, Lee's already, headed to Charlotte.
Yeah.
But it seems like Sam Cassell's going to stay, right, Jack? Like, nothing has come out saying...
We haven't seen anything.
I mean, that Milwaukee slot got filled because they brought in Darvin Ham to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lakers' job is going to go to JJ. Those are the two big ones we've heard that he would be connected to. So he'll probably stick around. So that's great news. One of my favorite things from yesterday was Brad Stevens actually like showing he has a personality. He was doing all these post-game interviews, talking his shit. I think he lit up a lot of the national media. He was like, what are we talking about? Like, these dudes are 25, 26 years old, and they've accomplished more than just about anybody will in the NBA, and they have so much career left. Like, seeing Brad Stevens become unhinged was like the cherry on top of the 18th championship.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite thing, like, having been out all night and like getting home, like rewatching stuff? Did you have a favorite thing you like stumbled upon this morning on social media or whatever it might have been?
The Brad Stevens, literally, like you mentioned, telling Rachel Nichols, that's stupid. The criticism, I believe that was like the direct quote, or it's been stupid. But for me, the social media thing was Al. I loved how, I think it was the NBA put the 2022 Eastern Conference Finals video of Al celebrating, and then went into Al celebrating with his father and all that. So I went to game 3 down in Dallas, and I sat next to Tito Horford the whole game.
Really?
And he was the nicest guy in the world, and it made me want this championship more for Al than probably any other player on the team. So seeing all that like social media moments with Al and his family and his kids and holding the Dominican flag, knowing that, you know, his house is for sale, he's probably gonna retire. Maybe he plays one more year and finishes off his contract.
I think there was something that came out today that said he's coming back.
Oh, really?
Wick said he's coming back
on
the
Greg
radio.
show. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's unbelievable.
Sick, right?
Holy shit. Yeah, that's unbelievable.
I was in your boat.
No, I'm even happy. I didn't think I could get happier. Yeah, because I figured the second I saw the house for sale and they win this championship, he's like, big gulps, huh? Well, see you later. And then get the hell on out of here. And wow, that's actually great news.
Yeah.
Guess he's going to take that extra $10 million.
I mean, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. And I mean, hey, if he can end his career going back-to-back champion when he went back-to-back in NCAA, the fact that that could happen, I wonder if that's ever happened before. If there has been a back-to-back NCAA champion and a back-to-back NBA champion.
Did Kareem do it?
Probably Kareem. But
That's a great question.
Since probably the 80s, I don't think anyone has ever done that. Because, like, you know, you look at Jordan. Jordan never won back-to-back national championships, I don't think.
Right, you got me doing math now. Okay, hold up. Don't worry about it. 1 second.
You're asking a lot. Jack's on fumes. So are you. Everybody's on fumes with me.
So there have only been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sets of back-to-back champions.
Yeah.
Kareem was definitely on one of them in the 70s,
probably
60s. Yes, Duke did it in 91, 92, but I don't think any of those guys won.
The only person that would have done it from that team is no one, because Christian Laettner turned into a bum after the Dream Team. Grant Hill played on losing.
I wonder if there's like a Patrick McCaw, though. Do you know what I'm saying? I wonder if there's like
I bet you, you know, some Yuri Welsh did it. You know, like you know, it's something absolutely so random and crazy. But yeah, the Al, to go back to your question, the Al moments on social media were really cool to just see his journey and see how many playoff wins he's won and never actually gotten there is it. And, you know, you think about it, 2008, he almost made us lose in the first round when he was playing for the Hawks. Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
It's a full circle journey for Al. He's off the list with Karl Malone, which you don't really want to be on your list with him.
No.
Good for him. Big win for Al Horford. Finally getting that ring. He was so happy celebrating with the team after up on the podium. And even his like substitution, like he kind of celebrated with the crowd in a way you don't typically see NBA players do it. It's more of like a European soccer feel where you kind of like cheer back at the crowd. It was really awesome to see him just celebrate everybody, because
for sure
he has this incredible Celtic like history spot where he was like the only guy ever up until, you know, that point that was like, I'm going to come here as a free agent. Like, a lot of players got drafted to Celtics. Some would get traded here, but he was really the only one that chose it. He chose it, and then it became a tremendous choice, and other people saw that, and it's paid so many dividends down the line. And he even left, regretted leaving instantly, and then came back.
Yeah, it's crazy. And actually, I think, speaking of social media, I think there was a clip of Al last night saying he remembered when he had dinner with Danny and his agent when he wanted to sign here. And Al said, I'll never forget when Danny Ainge said winning in Boston is different here. I believe he said something along those lines.
Yeah, he said it at the press conference last night. Yeah.
Yeah, he said it afterwards. Okay, yeah. I thought I saw something like that again. I feel like I've seen so much content. Like, I was talking to my mom earlier today, and I was like, can you imagine if they won this in like 1992 or something?
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats for a shot to win up 100 times your cash. With Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite sports this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you're locked in. Now, if you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week, from lowering select player stats projections on Tuesdays, which increases your chance of getting a win, to getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. The finals mean more on Prize Picks, and so do the star players. You get boosted playoffs on selected basketball stars that you won't find anywhere else. Now, this week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at Jason Tatum, more than 26.5 points. Jaylen Brown, more than 3 threes, which may be aggressive, but I'm running with that. Download that app today and use a code CLNS for a deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Like, no content, no like video
newspaper
stuff. Jack would have to be like writing down with a piece of paper, just like instead of like typing, you know.
I have a notebook.
Because the computers
black
were
book.
so big then, you couldn't be carrying around a
little notebook. I got all my shit.
yeah, like, it's just so crazy to just know that like 5:30 in the morning last night you could just scroll, and next thing you know it's 9:30 and you still haven't gotten enough content.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Like, the best part to me, and I said this on the pod last night, I think, was seeing the emotions from Jaylen and Jason, who have been so like stunningly emotionless throughout their career. It almost feels like the media has forced them to be emotionless because they have gotten so much shit for everything else. They're like, all right, we're gonna be straightforward. And to see them, like, I saw a clip today on Twitter saying, man, Jason Tatum was fishing for a finals moment after the game. You fuck off. All right, kid. Like, I hate the way that these guys are like portrayed in the media. It's so embarrassing and whack. Like, to see them like let it out and let the emotions come out. Like, it was such a cool thing to see, because you don't see that from those guys. You don't see it from anybody in the team. And to see all of them like misty-eyed a little bit in the press conference room as they're giving their speeches, to see Joe a little bit like that, Jaylen break down a little bit when talking about his grandma, like, to see them finally let it out, that was like it felt good. It felt nice to see.
No, I could not agree more, especially because I actually think in some weird way, with the amount of hate both of them were getting throughout this entire run, I think this actually probably screwed the NBA over, because now Jason and Jaylen are closer than ever. Good luck.
They're close to their team is locked up long term.
Yeah,
like, they've
exactly
dodged the
DBA. You don't think Jason Tatum is A, happy that Jaylen Brown won that MVP, and B, is also motivated to go get one of his own? Because remember when Steph Curry didn't get it for a while and he was super motivated to get that finals MVP? If that's going to be Tatum next year, okay, don't tempt me with a good time. Well, like let's go.
Our friend Tyler Rucker from No Ceilings, who does draft stuff, he'll be on the show in the next week because the draft's in like 10 days.
Yeah, which is insane.
It's crazy. He messaged us. He's like, it feels like the weight's off Tatum's shoulders now, and so he's going to be playing so much more free, and he's just going to be like even better, like moving forward, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah. As long as Drew Holiday's in that dunker spot, Jason Tatum could average double-digit assists.
Drew was crazy last night. Like Tatum was the best player. Drew was the most important player. Like, that first quarter offense was dead. It looked horrendous. And Drew was just finding the gaps. He was playing like zone breaker, and I don't even know if the Mavs were like really in a zone fully the whole time. But
yeah, they were in that like man-to-man hybrid zone that they used a lot in Game 4. And the Celtics just attacked it instead of trying to shoot by it. And it was just That's stat. So I'm not big on Twitter anymore. I feel like I get more content on Instagram. And after every win this year, when Drew Holiday scored 14 points or more, the Celtics finished the year 35-1 when Drew Holiday scores 14 points or more. Like,
wait, one
He's
more
just
time.
found money. That's
the
really what it is.
Celtics, when Drew Holiday scores 14 points or more throughout the entire season, regular season playoffs, the Celtics are 35-1.
Wow.
Like, think about that for a second.
What was the one?
It was like a game against like Indiana, or I think it was I honestly think it was the play-in game.
The Jalen fouled, not fouled, Mathurin game. That one.
Yeah. I think it was Indiana. That one, if I remember correctly, because I saw a tweet that someone was just like, "Hey, when Drew Holiday scores a lot, the Celtics are really good." So I went on Basketball Reference and I was like, "Yeah, how good is this?" And I did it right at the end of the regular season. I went, "Oh my God, he's like 27-1." And then it happened like 8 or 9 times during the playoffs. And I always posted that on my Instagram story after they won. I didn't post anything else. It just went Drew Holiday, 14 plus, 33-1, 34-1, 35-1.
When he scored 10 or fewer in the playoffs, they were 4-3, and they lost 3 games.
Right? Like, and they lost. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, I do think that Drew probably should have got some more votes for Finals MVP. I understand it's such a small group. I think it's only 11 people, right? And it was 7-4 or something like that.
Yes.
But Drew Holiday throughout this entire run, if they could have a playoff MVP, here you go, Drew.
I agree.
Both ends. He was just like, Sam, I know Marcus Smart forever, but Drew was the mature Marcus Smart that this team needed.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, listen, I would love to have Marcus back at some point. I think that's a possibility down the line. For
sure.
When the contract
he
expires.
better retire a Celtic. He better.
But Holiday has been everything you would have wanted from Marcus, and like you said, like a more controlled version. I'm not
Correct.
I'm not going to enable the people that said he wasn't good down the stretch of games, because I do think he made a tremendous amount of like good decisions and made big shots and stuff. But Holiday, he had like this different controlled element to him where you could really just be like, oh yeah, he's going to like find the open guy, make the easy pass. Like, even though Marcus was good on his shots, maybe he wasn't getting the easiest looks, or Drew Holiday's not going to have a flare up where he's getting a tech. He's not complaining to the officials. He's not getting mad. And I think that buy-in that he gave the Celtics instantly, as soon as he got here, was so instrumental to the way the team gelled, and also came together right away, like coming out of the gates swinging. They were a juggernaut right from the jump. And then in the playoffs, he's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll start playing for real. Like, you guys want to use me more? Sure, I'll make all the threes. I'll get all the defensive stops. He was tremendous in that short role yesterday, like you guys mentioned. He unlocked the entire thing. I was worried going into the game because I thought the Celtics looked lost on offense in the third quarter of game 3. I mean, the fourth quarter of game 3 and all of game 4. Right away, pick and roll with Holiday. He catches at the free throw line and makes a decision. And the layups were going in.
Hey, finally. That lefty layup, sometimes when he goes up, it's just like, oh God, what's going to happen here? And yeah, he's just unbelievable. And I also, like, when I walked by him last night after the game, I also didn't realize like how wide he actually is. Like shoulder to shoulder.
Guy, yeah.
He's a thick dude.
Drew.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, like it's unbelievable. Like, yeah, I don't know. And like I honestly think for Jalen and Jason, because I think one of the most underappreciated stat lines for Jalen was, I think, game 3, he had 8 assists, right? Or something along those lines, or maybe it was game 2. He had 8 assists.
Game 3 in Dallas, he had 38 and 8. Jalen.
Yeah. So I honestly think Drew Holiday coming in, being an NBA champion, and willing to literally go from the number 2 guy to the number arguably 4 guy when Tingus is healthy, I think that helped Jason and Jalen and some other guys realize, hey, okay, this is what it's going to have to take. And I think everyone adjusted accordingly. And it worked out.
It really makes this group special that all of these guys rock. Like, everybody on the team is so easy to root for. Like, we talked about it a little bit after the game last night, but like, everybody's likable. Like they're all good guys. The
Mhm.
biggest thing Tatum has off the court as a reputation is he's a good dad. Like Al Horford, like you mentioned, is so easy to root for. Drew Holiday has done a tremendous amount of charity work for kids with cancer and all of that. Like they've all just been incredible people. Derek White.
I was going to say, we haven't even talked about Derek White. Yeah. I think Porzingis loves it here, which is great. And, when I don't want to mention Kyrie, but like when Kyrie said, like, you have to buy in right away here to be liked, Porzingis did that.
Yeah.
Right away.
All these guys did.
All of them did. And it just makes it
not that
so
hard.
It makes it so much more special that they're all like, this is actually a team. It's not like, does Kevin Durant and Draymond Green actually like each other, but they play good or play well together, blah, blah, blah. All of these guys like each other.
And they play team ball.
Yes, and it makes you like it more. It's, just
the
so
fact
awesome.
that the team didn't seem to care, and I don't think any fans really care who wins the Finals MVP says so much.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, Jalen deserved it.
Yeah, Jalen deserved it, but like Paul in 08 had to win that one, right? Like Paul needed it. I think the fans needed it. I think the organization needed it to kind of have like maybe one former at the time, last all entire career Celtic guy. But this one, it was like,
take your pick.
If Luke Cornett won it, they would have been like, awesome. He didn't do anything, but he deserves it. This is awesome. And yeah, it's just so cool.
He deserves it. He makes everybody laugh, and he does a good job of blocking shots and getting rebounds.
Cornett rocks.
Yeah, I heard he's a really nice guy too.
He is. I talked to him in Dallas for an article about a couple things. I talked to him in Boston once for something about the team playing, and then I asked him in Dallas about his love for Moana, because apparently he put on the Moana soundtrack in the weight room with Xavier Tillman, and they were just singing it, which was just like the most Luke Cornett thing you could possibly like muster up if you had to like pick something. The whole team's great though, and you guys mentioned it. Like, how about this dude just putting his life on the line for
unbelievable
a championship? Derek White. If you're listening on audio platforms, I just put the picture of his chipped tooth on the screen. His chipped tooth is one thing. Do you see how far back the other teeth are pushed? Like, do we see how like fucked up his face is? He doesn't have so much dental work. No, he's
and that contract he'll get, fix that thing right up.
He needs to get himself a fresh grill.
Yeah, literally. Just get some veneers after the parade and call it a day. And you'll be good. But yeah,
that parade's gonna be a masterclass. You excited? You going to the parade, Timmy G? Is Pope Catholic?
Yes. Because it starts at the Garden, I'm hoping I can just kind of watch above, like where Big Night Live is. Like we have the second floor entrance that kind of oversees the Hub Hall or Champions Row, as they call it. So I think I'm just gonna post up shop there and watch them go by. And yeah, it'll be really cool. I've only missed one parade since 01.
I've never been.
All of them. I've only missed one. I missed the 18. No, not the 18. I missed the 18 Patriots one.
Was that when
I've been to all the other ones? Yes, that's when they beat the Rams.
Super Bowl sucked anyways.
Yeah, who even cares?
I do remember 08 though. I was on Boylston Street at 5:00 in the morning, just ready to go.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't have to be there that early. I thought I did because I went in 04. And if you weren't there 7 days before that parade, you were 100 million people back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just very cool.
How about Joe? How about Joe? What a guy.
I mean,
what do you think of Joe?
I think he is the weirdest, smartest, craziest, scariest, nicest coach we've ever seen. Like it's a little bit of everything. Like I'm not gonna lie,
all his bases.
I'm gonna watch the town tonight. I have no problem doing that. I'm going to do it. If there is town merchandise that has to do with this championship, I'll buy it. But I think he did a great job, and I think last year, I don't want this to be a hot take, but I don't think any of the guys bought in last year to Joe. I think they liked him, but didn't like him as a coach. And I think this year they all bought in because I feel like that Ime thing was so uncomfortable for everyone. They didn't know, like, is he only going to be here for a year? And then we're going to get a new coach. And I feel like they didn't fully buy in and they fully bought in this year. And it's been unbelievable to watch. But it's so much more than like, when you see on Twitter, oh, Joe's doing such a great job calling timeouts. No, it's so much deeper than that. Like the plays that he's running, the defense that he's setting up, the rotate. I don't think I had one issue with the rotations throughout this entire season or playoff run. I mean, sure, maybe Xavier Tillman should have came out a little bit earlier in game 4, after they scored like 3 or 4 baskets in a row against him off the pick and roll. But you cannot complain about Joe Mazzulla this year. And last year, you could pick out a lot of things, but not this year.
He also had everybody drinking the Kool-Aid. Like everybody was in on all the mindset, game-to-game stuff, all of the expectations things all season long. He's just been so incredible at getting them to buy in, and that was the most important part, like you mentioned. Like that was what won it for them. That's what made them the dominant team that they were, the team that didn't play down to their competition like they did in years past, where you would see them play against, Pistons are a bad example because they did almost help them break the losing streak there in December. But even then, like they came to play and they got it together, and it was an incredible win.
Game Time makes getting NBA Finals tickets even faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the tip-off. Like right now, I was looking on the app, and it's really easy to use. Just download the app. Lots of pictures for us sports fans. Lots of pictures. And the tickets for Celtics game 1 and whoever they play between $600-$700. But the closer you get to actual tip time, it's going to go down. So you and your friends may do a last minute thing. And I know it's a lot of money, but maybe it's 2-3 of your friends. Last minute trip. Boom. Let's go. Let's see what the tickets are on Game Time. You never know. With killer last minute deals, all in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets. Last minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals. Okay, here's the deal. Last minute deals save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. Now the flash deal is save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or the event. Save even more when you choose a section for the zone deals. You choose a section, let Game Time choose the seats. Sounds pretty good to me. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA Finals tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Yeah. No, it was awesome because like Joe could have done one of two things. He could have said we were this close and I'm going to continue to do things my way. But I think when he brought in Charles and Sam and some others after all of Ime's staff left, I think he was open to see maybe some things that he wasn't seeing. He might have had his blinders up. And the fact that he opened them up, I think was a very underrated part of the season.
Have you seen our Joe video?
Yes.
You've seen it on the streams?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. That's how we ended every playoff stream, and I think it has to stay now.
Yeah, because there are some times like when I'm walking into the Garden knowing that security is going to suck, I actually turn your guys' stream on, and I just stand in line for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, hey, this. And then when it's time to go through security, I shut it down and hope you guys have a good time. But like, yeah, I've seen that.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Man,
what's it meant to be able to host these Celtics watch parties at Big Night Live? Because, Big Night Live does far more than just Celtic stuff, even though it's attached to the Garden. You have all.
I feel like that's all we've done is Celtic stuff. But yeah, I mean, we have 225 concerts a year there. But this Celtics watch party thing, it was an idea of mine for Game 7 of the 2022 run against the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't like all these big arena watch parties, even though I did hear the Garden one was very cool. I'm not a big fan of them. Yeah. I think they're kind of cheesy. But I said, what if we can just get 300 psychopaths of Celtics fans in a room? And I reached out to that Green Runs Deep kid because I do not have the following he does. Corey has like 100,000 followers on Instagram. It's insane. I've never seen anything like it.
He's a machine.
So I reached out to him. We worked out a little contract, little deal. And we do them all the time. And for Game 4, we had 1,400 people pay $50 to stand in Big Night Live. And we sold it out in 3 hours. Like he posted it on it. Like I told him, here's the Ticketmaster link. Go post. And he posted it. And 3 hours later, thing was sold out. Wow. So all the props to him. But yeah, to have, we also have a great relationship with the Celtics. Our owner, Ed Kane, is extremely close with Wick. So I've met Wick a bunch of times. He comes in to all of our restaurants and all of our concert venues and stuff. Obviously, we carry Sincoro, his tequila with Michael Jordan and stuff. But yeah, the Celtics watch parties are great because it's just like, I feel like the people that follow the Green Runs Deep kid are psychos. And that's what we wanted, but like in a good way. Like I'm complimenting them that they lose that. They're like, they're like us. Like we lose our minds, like if the Celtics literally didn't score the first shot last night, I probably would have lost my mind. Like, and be like, oh, we're screwed. We're screwed.
I would have too.
Yeah.
I had the heart monitor on in the game last night, and before tip off, like you're just going up and up and up and up and up. I think I hit triple digits before tip. I was losing it.
Yeah, it was happening. And so I just wanted people like that in there. And it's paid off. And we had one for every single playoff game. We started at $5 a piece, and then we went to 10, and then we went to 20, and then we just said, will people pay 50? And then the second I saw that people were reselling the Garden tickets for like $400, I was like, we're going to do $50.
I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
$400 to get into the fake watch.
Yeah, people were like reselling the Garden tickets for like a couple $100 because of how quickly it sold out. I mean, the fact that they were $18 too. I mean, you could have sold it for $118 and made $100, so, and then go to a local bar and spend that $100 on, wings and beer, But yeah, the watch parties have been great for us, and it's been a really cool experience.
So in game 4, you had 1,400 very sad people in the building.
Yeah, we cleared out the checks very quickly. Like, holy crap. But no, I was in Dallas for games 3 and 4. It's actually kind of a cool story. I went down for game 3. Mm-hmm. That was the plan. And I jokingly put on my Venmo. I put up like the barcode for my Venmo, and about 3 hours later, I had $600.
Oh my gosh.
So I just said, A, I have great friends, and B, fuck it, I'm going to stay. And I stayed for game 4, and now I feel like I have to pay all my friends back after watching that game. Because it was, one of my buddies came down, and it was actually cheaper for him to fly to Dallas, get a room, and get a ticket for one night than it was to go last night.
I had that dilemma about me because I was like, well, like it's Father's Day weekend. Like my dad and I can go. I knew Jack was down there. And I was like, it'll be pretty fun. Like, but I was like, I can't go all that way if they lose. I had the foresight to get out. I'm glad I didn't spend and go all the way to Dallas. But no, I'm so happy you got to see game 3.
Yeah, game 3 was awesome. And I will give the Mavs fans this. They were loud, not Celtics loud. But the lower level stood the whole time. And that is something that the Garden has not done throughout this entire playoff run. Maybe for a couple minutes, but this was from tip-off to the end of the game. Those guys were standing up. Or at least where I was. My whole section was standing up just the lower level, not the balcony, but a lot. Like I was about 10 rows behind the Celtics bench, maybe 12. And my entire section was standing the entire time. It was crazy.
I think Dallas they might be the best crowd, like road crowd of the playoffs. I'm trying to think if I had to rank.
Yeah,
I was at all the games, luckily, which was cool. And Miami, obviously.
I mean, Miami's the last. Yeah,
awful. Yeah, they're terrible.
Cleveland is probably second to last, and I'm sure there were some
weird because Cleveland, they pump in an obscene, like the microphone volume, the music volume. Like I had to put headphones on, like it was hurting my ears, so I couldn't tell how good the crowd was because they just fucking blasted that place. Yeah. Indy was pretty good. It'd probably be like Dallas, Cleveland, Indy right in the middle, and then Miami last. Indy was also weird because like they were pretty good the whole game, and then they just had the life sucked out of them in the very last few moments of both games.
Absolutely insane. One thing about Dallas I didn't like, and Sam, I don't know if you were able to hear this, but on TV,
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say too. Yeah.
Holy mother of God, that was so annoying. So annoying. Like I think the Charlotte Hornets announcer is one of the most annoying people on the planet. Like it's like LaMelo, ball, shooting 1. It's just like shut up, just say LaMelo ball, shooting 1.
Yeah.
But that rim and net noise. Holy shit, that was so annoying.
Horrible. Terrible.
Awful.
It's always been that way on TV too. Like I just assumed it was a TV thing, but I didn't know it was like in the
Dallas
arena. They're
thing.
like,
Oh my
hey,
God,
just
it
in
was
case
awful.
you're blind, it went in.
Well,
But like the worst part was, go ahead.
It's stupid because they put it on for free throws. Derek Lively fucking bricks the free throw chair. Crank. Like, how is that helping anybody? It's so stupid.
But in game 3, when the Celtics were missing all those shots to start the fourth quarter, it actually made it so much worse. When they missed like 5 shots in a row, the 5th one, I thought was the loudest missed shot I've ever heard in my life. Like, like you're already spiraling. You're like, oh my God, we could go up 3-0. And then it's just like, boom. And you're like, why? Why? It drove me nuts.
It's crazy. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we haven't touched on. Sam.
So yeah, you guys also had Paul Pierce do his Truth Lounge from Big Night.
Yeah, so that is something I am extremely proud of. Our marketing guy was like, hey, the Truth Lounge reached out. Do you want to connect with them? And I did all the back end stuff. It was like the first time in my career I did like any of the back end stuff. I was more of like a booker than like a producer than I was just a ticketing guy. And he's incredibly nice. His team is unbelievable. He did kind of lie to some people saying that he's going to have a duck boat of 15 people of his choice that are fans. And I'm like, there's no way A, Wick, or B, the city would approve of that. Because like one thing that I found out about this when Paul brought it up, do you know that duck boats don't get paid?
Really?
What do you mean?
So when they used the duck boats on Friday, the duck boat company had to cancel all their reservations, and the Celtics do not pay them.
What the hell?
Is it like a marketing thing for them? Is it to get everybody knows
I
the
have
duck boats?
no idea. I read an article about it the other day, and my jaw hit the floor. I figured the Celtics would be like, hey, here's $500K. Give us 10 boats, 50K for a boat. Let us do whatever we want. Have a good day. Nope. Goose egg.
That is crazy. It is. I guess it doesn't make up for it, but like the marketing thing is ride the duck boats. Like you wouldn't tell you get to ride.
Oh yeah, a million people seeing a bunch of duck boats.
Yes.
A lot of them coming from out of town. Yeah, maybe the next time you come in the city, we'll go on the duck boats. I get that.
It's crazy. Did I tell you I found this at Game 3, Timmy G?
Oh my God.
Justin found his from last night. So
That's incredible, dude.
it's crazy, right?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Does it smell like a
good use?
Does it smell like a shot?
Unfortunately not. Justin drank some of the water.
What a menace. Justin's a psycho, man.
I had to pour
I feel
it
like
out.
Luka's been around. I wouldn't have touched that.
I had to pour it. The water.
He was exhausted in Game 5.
Yeah, hey, listen. That guy, if he loses like 10 pounds, could be one of the most unbelievable players this association has ever seen. He's unbelievable. Every shot, it looks like it's life or death for him to get up and off, but he's so good. Like, it's really hard to hate someone like that. Like, when Steph Curry and the Warriors won, it was really hard to, like, hate them.
Right.
Because Steph Curry is such a nice guy, it seems like. Family man, unbelievable off the court, just really good at everything, because he's good at golf too, which is annoying, but yeah, it's just props to him. And I think Derek Lively is going to get a lot better for the Mavs. I think PJ Washington.
I love
especially if he starts shooting threes.
Yeah,
which
he just
we
has,
saw
he
all
just
the
has
videos
to,
of.
Yes. Yep. He just has to control his arms.
Yeah.
Like, once he can control his arms, like, instead of just looking like the wacky
inflatable
tube guy, like, once he stops doing that, he could be a Rudy Gobert. I think better offensively, but he could be like defensive
on the perimeter, I think too.
Yeah.
He seems like a DeAndre Jordan who can also be on the perimeter a little bit.
What a great comp.
And maybe
DeAndre
threes.
Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe 30 pounds lighter. So,
Yeah.
DeAndre Jordan light.
One of my favorite fun facts is DeAndre Jordan was an All-NBA player 3 times, which is like, yeah, exactly, right? It's that DeAndre Jordan was a 3-time All-NBA player.
Well, with the positions, it makes sense. But if they went positionless and you told me that, I'd been like, you're a liar.
Yeah, All-NBA, he averaged All-NBA averaging 13 and 14. All-NBA, he was All-NBA first team in 2016, averaging 13 and 14 in 2 blocks. Yeah.
Now I'm even going to look up stuff.
Tony,
That's
here, I got it for
crazy.
you. I'll share the screen. Ready? DeAndre Jordan's career arc is wild. So, DeAndre Jordan, All NBA. Get this ad off the screen. All NBA, third team, first team, third team.
What year was he first team?
2015-16. So it was.
So
first
it was,
team was
LeBron, Kawhi, DeAndre, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook was the first team. Durant, Draymond, DeMarcus Cousins, Chris Paul, Dame, Paul George, LaMarcus Aldridge, Andre Drummond.
Yep.
Klay Thompson, and that bum Kyle Lowry.
Center position was in a bad place.
Clearly.
It was in a real bad place. When Hassan Whiteside was like 4th runner-up, that's when you know. Probably not great.
Remember when he got that stupid contract from the Blazers? That was funny.
Dude.
He had that big interview where he was like, I'm trying to get my 2K rating up. And everyone was like, oh, I love that guy.
That's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
what are you guys looking for in the draft?
We don't know yet.
Okay,
We're too
same.
stupid.
I have.
Go ahead.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. I'm too stupid.
We were having, Sam was going to say it. Tyler Rucker, who works for No Ceilings NBA, which is like a draft site, which is rocks. Everyone go read it. We have him on the show every year to tell us about the draft. I have been writing some mock drafts for, I cover the Hornets and Wizards for Fansided now. So like, obviously they have picks. And so I've been like looking it over. And so some of the guys that are down there, I feel like it would be smart to load up on, sorry, I had to sneeze. Like 4-5s, like big forwards / bigs, because you don't know when Horford's leaving. Porzingis is clearly an injury risk at times. Tillman's great, but like getting somebody in the pipeline who can at least potentially give you some okay minutes is good. I don't think he'll get to the Celtics, but Deron Holmes out of Dayton is great.
Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah.
He's cool. I've seen Kyle Filipowski mock to the Celtics a bunch of times, which
so I'm a
Dookie.
I love Duke. And if JJ Redick goes to the Lakers, my heart is going to break in half. I have all of JJ Redick's jersey because when he was in college, I was in college. So he was like everything.
Yeah.
Kyle Filipowski is soft as dog shit.
Man.
That kid, if you think Luka complains, that kid, he's a very good player. He can defend on the perimeter. He can rebound. But when he's off, he is in Nova Scotia, like La La Land. Nowhere to be found. No hopes of bringing him back to life. It would be nice. He can stretch the floor for sure. And he's tall. But I think, I don't want to like, this is probably going to be a bad comp, but whatever. You know, like Caitlin Clark is kind of getting thrown around. And, you know, she's just got to get to it. That's going to be a couple of years with Flip if he gets drafted by a team. Like, he just needs to get punched in the face a couple times and be like, oh, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
And
okay.
That'll be Flip.
I see. So, yeah, maybe not him.
No, he'd be good. It's just, I hope, Drew Holiday punches him in the face first practice and he's just like, hey,
Draymond.
Yeah.
But, I really like Deron Holmes. I don't think he'll get to the Celtics because there's this whole thing. He has like a draft promise. So I think he'll be like a 1st-round pick somewhere. Oso Iguodaro out of Marquette is pretty good. Kind of does a little bit of everything. He doesn't really shoot, but you can teach that, I suppose.
I mean, Jalen didn't shoot out of Cal. And
true.
Guy just won Finals MVP.
And then I don't know how to say his first name. Eve Missy out of Baylor. And G League Ignite Tyler Smith. There are two other like Eve Missy's not a shooter, but he's like super like freakishly athletic. And then Tyler Smith can kind of do a little bit of everything. That said, in like my mock drafts, I didn't mock any bigs to the Celtics. I picked like Baylor Shireman out of Creighton to be like a Sam Hauser replacement, maybe if Sam Hauser leaves. And then I picked Bobby Clintman, who like played in the NBL. Like super raw, like develop him. But we'll learn more from Tyler.
Do you think Sam will get big money elsewhere? Just because that's how the league's trending?
He'll get like
with shooters
15,
and
20. He's gonna get like Duncan Robinson money probably.
See, I think he's gonna get the Grant money. Not because he's as good as Grant, but I think he'll get to MLE because the team will just throw it at him, and I wonder if the Celtics will hesitate to pay him that.
I mean, they have a year of him still, which is good.
Yes.
They don't have to worry about that just yet, but it's gonna suck.
Speaking of Grant Williams, it was very nice to see him in the building last night, not on the floor.
He was in the building for the Celtics NBA championship, and I will leave my statement at that.
Hey, he was gonna, he had a shot to win a ring if the Mavs won. So
I love Grant.
What is the exact rule about that? Like, what if Grant literally just played one game for 5 minutes and then got traded? Would he still get one?
I think so. I think he could decline it if he didn't want it, but I think he would get one. He would be entitled to one.
I wonder how much they are. I wish they would make like replica ones to fans.
I wonder if
I would buy one.
I want to see. I bet you could find out how much. Like, how much did Chiefs Super Bowl ring cost? 40,000 for each ring.
Oh,
so
you get that down to 15, I'll bite. I'll bite. Get the diamonds from that icing place at the mall. Just give me a replica.
Oh, what a crazy season, man. Anything else, Sam or Timmy, that you can remember that you think, oh, hold up, I just found a video on Twitter and I want to play on the stream. Luke Cornett hit the gritty, and I think everyone needs to see
the one
it.
I sent to you.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I don't pay attention. I woke up at 2 p.m.
Watching, he had O'Shea. I will say O'Shea's content has been great this whole season. So cool that he can do this kind of on the side, just record some videos, and then, hey, if I'm on a flight to LA, I'll edit it. Really cool.
Yes.
But there was just nothing. I feel like I was saying this to my buddy last night. This is the first time for a playoff run that I didn't go to bed stressed. Like, I just kind of felt, hey, they lost by 25 or, 38 or whatever the case may be. But you just knew it just wasn't them, and it's okay to have a hiccup. But 2 years ago or last year, they lost by 12 and they played well. Just the other team played better, and it was life or death. And this year, I just feel like it was just, they're going to be okay. And it's the first time in a while I felt like that about a team.
You just kind of trusted them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the perfect phrase. You trusted them. And it's so hard to be like a junkie of the Celtics and trust them, right? Because I feel like that was the biggest issue in 2022, 2023, even in the bubble. You couldn't trust them. And now you trust them more than ever.
What a way.
Can't wait for a first round exit next year. No, I'm kidding.
Can't wait for a ring night. Just sitting here thinking about it.
Are you going to?
Ring night?
Sam, you better be in that building, bud.
I'll try and get in there. I don't know if I'll get in.
Save $5 a day right now until the tickets go on sale in September after the schedule comes out, and I bet you'll have enough money.
That's true.
Wonder who they'll be playing. You stick them up against the Mavs, make Kyrie watch.
Right, Philly.
Make Philly watch would be hilarious.
Or the Knicks.
I think it'll be Giannis and Dame.
Oh, could be.
True.
And then I think on Christmas, the Mavs will come back.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because doesn't the champ usually have home court for Christmas?
I think they get a rematch.
Or a rematch of somewhere along those lines.
Something like that.
So, I think it'd be Giannis. Just be like, hey, he's healthy. He's back. He sees Drew get a ring. He's pissed. There's so many storylines with that.
So sick.
Unbelievable.
Very cool. What a season,
right, boys.
Man. Yes, sir. We'll let you go. We know you got a meeting, so we'll let you rock.
I got business. I appreciate you both. And I messaged you both last night. Watching you guys grow in this thing as an old fart like myself is very cool. Sam's heart monitor content, unbelievable. And and you going to every game, Jack, and asking questions that I see on other social media sites.
Yeah,
it's great. I'm really happy for you guys.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely. And if you need me on again, I'm free all summer. I'll talk about this team until my voice falls off.
Open invite. You're welcome back whenever you want.
All right, guys. Appreciate talking to you both.
All right, we are back. Hope you guys enjoyed that convo with Timmy G. And something else for you guys to enjoy. The Celtics are bringing back the whole team. They're bringing back the squad. It was a report after they won the title. It came out like 10 minutes after. I think it was from ESPN. Let me see. Celtics bringing back whole team. I should have had this prepared. But it looks like they're going to bring everybody back. They're going to bring the whole team back. Mark Stein reported today that the Celtics, Tatum and White are going to get extensions. He said it's, quote, near certain they're going to get extensions done next week. Al Horford said after the game, it came out that or a couple days after, whatever it was, Wick Rossbeck went on the radio and said he's coming back. Brown and Drew Holiday are already under contract. Porzingis under contract. Pritchard under contract. Hauser under contract for one more year. They're bringing the game back. The game's back together. They're coming back again. They're going to run it back. Sean McVay, whatever. They'll be there. They'll be in Boston again.
Be there no matter what.
Yes, sir.
You know what's funny is the Embiid halftime appearance on ESPN. He was like, they're not built like to last. It's like, yeah, they are. They literally have everybody coming back. Like all the main guys on the Celtics are under contract. And they're not just under contract next season. They're under contract for a while. Like, assuming the Tatum, Derek White stuff gets done this summer, which all signs point to absolutely they will, you're not even going to have like the weird, is this guy going to re-sign here angle looming over the team. Like 2019 with both Kyrie and Horford, right? Everybody's like, oh, I hope they stay. And then it became an overbearing weight, especially for Kyrie, where it was just like, oh, are you going to stay? You're going to stay? You're going to stay? You're going to stay? And it kind of took away from the basketball. You won't have this with this group. They are all committed long-term. They're getting paid handsomely. All of them are going to be making money. All 5 starters will probably be making 30+ million. Tatum and Brown, 60 mil apiece, and Horford getting that handsome 10 mil. Pritchard, the 8 mil. All of them are making their money. Why would you not want to be here? You just want a title. All the vibes are good. I think Joe even makes good money. I forget like if the number came out when they signed him to the non-interim coaching title, the full-time head coach, but he's paid handsomely too. Everybody should be compensated properly, and it'll be ready to roll. And with the fringe guys, O'Shea's a team option. Sam Hauser's still under contract for next season. He's the only one really looming. You have to worry about Cornette. Tillman is the same, right? Like you have to worry about bringing him back this summer. But even then, I'm sure you're going to have people around the league that are like, what if I played on the Celtics? What could that do for me?
Yeah.
All these guys have preached and said how great Joe Mazzulla is. I did a write-up for Sports Illustrated yesterday. Shout out to Bobby, hooking it up with the slots to write. They love him. Derek White, you were there, Jack. He was like, Joe Mazzulla changed my career. He has these guys eating out of the palm of his hand. They love him. You think people around the league don't see this? Dwight Howard's been tweeting about how much a teammate, Rondo, told him to win a title for the Celtics. It's no joke. People know about this. I am so excited to see what happens this summer with just the rumors.
I don't think there'll be many rumors regarding the Celtics. I think it'll be smooth sailing.
Well, it's going to be smooth sailing, but like with a cherry on top. Like all the people you love are secured, but with the very few open spots, fringe things. So like, what if this guy? What if that guy?
Last year was Svi Mykhailiuk, and we called it.
Yeah, like the Svi Mykhailiuk possibilities are endless, Jack. Think about the thumbnails.
The thumbnails are going to go crazy. They're going to be
Especially
fire.
New format.
Oh, yeah. Big fan. Big fan. We're going to throw Bobby Klintman, draft prospect, on the thumbnail with the whoa.
Summer League previews. They got to bring Oleg back. That's where does Oleg get a ring?
Oleg. No, I don't think Oleg gets a ring. If they bring Oleg back, that video is going to go crazy.
He gets an HBTC ring.
You know who does get a ring? Jeff Van Gundy, who will be joining the Clippers after winning his first ever championship as a special consultant, whatever official role he ended up being for the Celtics. He helped Brad Stevens. He helped Joe Mazzulla. He helped the whole team. He helped Man. He did everything. Got a ring. Now he will be joining the Clippers as Ty Lue's top assistant. Good for JVG, man. I'm happy for him. It clearly seems like he wanted to get back in the coaching ring. Came to Boston, helped out significantly, it seems like. Got his ring. Helped the Celtics win a ring. Salute, my friend. More power to you. Shout out Jeff Van Gundy. Heading to LA, but the good LA. So it's okay.
It was kind of nice that Mike Breen got to shout him out during the broadcast.
What'd he say?
He was just like, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think he did give a nod to Jeff Van Gundy, old friend of the program, as they say. And it it was probably cool for him to see his old partner raise one up.
Excuse me. Definitely. Oh, I forgot. I like that didn't even connect to my brain why he would give a shout out like to their broadcast partners. Obviously,
Why the hell would he shut that guy out, dude?
I was confused. I was like, yeah, that's cool.
You got championship brain. It's okay.
Yeah. Again, just a few housekeeping things. Last thing for Celtics, Joe Mazzulla went on PMT. We can run through some of the highlights. I have not yet gotten the chance to listen to the full episode. There are some clips, however, we can look at. The one I was golfing today with my friend Danny, and this was the first clip I saw today. So let me let me pull this up. It's about 40 seconds, but it's very important. So we need to watch this.
And if you like Joe,
insanity.
This is going to make you like him even more. He's excellent during these appearances.
Here we go.
So one of the scenes me and Tatum kind of watched because we both like The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. So like when we were working on like, okay, this is how we're going to handle like expectations, pressure. Like this is what we need to do. So we're watching a scene where Batman goes into the interrogation room with Joker, and like they're talking, and Batman's like, "Why do you want to kill me?" And like the Joker starts laughing at him. He's like, "I don't want to kill you." He's like, I need you. He's like, "You complete me." And it was like the coolest moment of like good and evil has to coexist. Differences have to coexist in order to bring the best out of each other and the people around you. So like Dark Knight, great movie.
Yeah, great movie. You're watching Batman with Jason Tatum. That's interesting.
Just the scene. That's one of his favorite movies. Show him the clip.
Okay.
So one of the scenes.
I mean, just insane. Like what the hell? I love this guy.
Joe did talk about The Dark Knight the last time he did that show because they asked him like the town, like you just sit around and watch the town. He's like, actually, I rotate like a couple movies, and Dark Knight was one of them.
He does like The Dark Knight. Yeah. What was the other one? There's another one. Hold up.
I forget what the last one was. He did say he watched The Departed before Game 5 the night before.
Let me look this real quick. Okay, yep. Joe Mazzulla's updated letterboxed. Taylor Snow put it together. Spider-Man: The Town, A Bronx Tale. Also like Spider-Man because he said the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Remember what I'm saying? And then Dark Knight as well. Anything else from PMT that you think I should bring up
I don't know if they have the clips of it, but just some interesting tidbits. Did the write up for SI. Apparently in Game 5, Porzingis overruled the training staff. Like there was all this, will he, won't he play? And Joe told Big Cat, PFT, and the gang, Hank, shout out Hank, he's very happy, that Kristaps was like, yeah, I really don't get that many opportunities. You're never going to get that many opportunities to play in this kind of game. So I'm going to play. And let him play.
Yeah.
He got to play. But he also did reveal like the scenarios in Game 4 that Porzingis would have played. One of them would have been crucial jump ball, crucial inbounds at the end of the game where they need to have like a guy to deflect passes to the rim. And of course, the victory cigar.
Mm-hmm. Love that. It was, he talked about walking around the garden with his wife later that night, right? Yeah. We were there for that. We were there.
I saw the video of it. CLNS had it.
I didn't want to disturb him. I didn't want to like go bother him. I think Bobby and Justin might have gone up and said hi. I didn't like. It felt like a very cool moment. Like, so the stage was set up on the floor still, but there was this little gap between the scores table and the stage, and like at the edge of the court, effectively. And we were sitting at the scores table just doing work, and Joe Mazzulla was just walking around doing laps, and we were sitting there, and he'd pass by us like every whatever lap. It was just like it was really cool just to see him like take it in, like the Cedric Maxwell clip. I think you retweeted it, or Jake Eisenberg retweeted it.
I shared it. It was an
him
awesome
saying like
piece.
Looking up. Yeah, well, him looking up and then crying, and it felt like him walking around with his wife, like seeing it. It was like, yeah, like holy shit, like it came through. Like when he walked onto the court, he like kneeled down and like prayed a little bit, like before he stepped on the court. Like this man fucking loves this team and this city and this organization so much. Like more than any other coach that I've been alive for, genuinely. Like that since I've followed the Celtics, let me rephrase, since I've followed the Celtics, like I'm talking Doc, Ime, Joe, or Brad, whatever, and great coaches. No one loves this organization like I've seen Joe Mazzulla pour his heart and soul into it. And it's so fucking cool.
I love Joe. I think everybody now loves Joe. It's just really funny where we were a year ago because none of us were really sure. And he had probably the best year like him and Jalen, just all the criticism they got last spring, all summer, and then they come back. Joe has this incredible season. He's clearly like an integral part of why the team was so gelled together and, coherent right away. And then Jalen wins Eastern Conference Finals and Finals MVP after everybody was slandering him all like spring, fall, whatever. Is just incredible. And I love Joe so much. I love Joe's personality. Joe's hilarious. Love that he's from Rhode Island. Very, very proud. Like, it's somebody that really does, like you say, embody the organization. And during the interview, he had a Russell and Red shirt on. Like, that was the first thing he talked about. He's like, even this, like, look at this. Love it. But final thing from that was tore his meniscus, which we all found out about after the game on Monday. And he did that during a jiu-jitsu session after they lost the Hawks. So after he said he went to go punish himself for those losses, he really did and really hurt his meniscus. So he's had to he had to get 6 hours of treatment so he didn't limp on the sidelines. He didn't want to show weakness.
He's insane. He's amazing. I love him. All right, let's go to the emails here. Make sure to email us at hbtcpod@gmail.com if you'd like to give us your thoughts. We'll read it on every single show. It's getting to the point where we have a big enough platform and kind of want to give more content. I feel like maybe we should just consider making emails their own videos, but I also think it's important to have them on audio platforms. So maybe we mess with it. But I feel like, I don't know.
We'll see what we do.
More. Yeah, we'll see. But anyways, here are the emails. I believe we have 3 today, if I can find the tab. First one, RJ Johnson, with love and respect, the most fitting dagger. Morning, folks. The Boston Celtics, your 2024 NBA champions. Says so on Basketball Reference, so it must be true. 24 Celtics were their own singular vintage from top to bottom, so it was only proper dagger. The dagger came in a uniquely Celtics fashion. Coach Mazzulla winning the challenge on a ball out call. Enjoying the moment in the year. The future will soon be here, but savor this. There's a champion every season, but this one was something special. Be well, RJ. That we were just talking about Joe. Love him. Insanity. Just psycho behavior to challenge that call in that moment.
Joe's incredible, man. Everything you hear about Joe is just great stuff. Sorry to the one guy that I forget. I think it was Evan that commented. He was like, I still hate Jersey Mike. I still don't like Joe. I respect you for dying on your hill.
Insanity.
I don't think you're right, but I can respect your dedication. Wrong on both them. Jersey Mike's is fire.
Jersey Mike's is phenomenal.
Might be worse than hating on Joe.
Potentially. Next email from John Blanchard. They did it. Sam and Jack, go Celtics from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. This one tastes so sweet. Without local media, your podcast helps keeps me well informed and entertained throughout the season. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Let's talk Tatum. Lauded by JB by his selfless play in the playoffs. Tatum stunned his final game to a point that he never really got into a rhythm on the court, except the run when he went to close it out. Instead, he played in a manner that had him being dubbed Tall Rondo in the finals. That maturity to swallow your ego and do, quote, whatever it takes is an approach vets take on the last legs of their careers, if they do it at all. For Tatum to harness that mindset so early on, where will he land all time? As Sam has noted in his work, Tatum is vying for Celtics Mount Rushmore status, and of course, it's tough company to climb the ladder and knock someone out. So my question for you, Sam and Jack, where does Tatum rank currently? Where do you think he'll end up, and what is his absolute ceiling? Still on cloud 9 out here. Go Celtics and go Coast Guard, John. Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. We appreciate
that's a great question.
We're glad we give you some entertainment and information.
Yeah. Let me see if there's like a innocuous list of best Celtics of all time, just like a random list that I can have some, like, you know what I'm saying, context for.
Yeah, you can go through and be like better or worse, better or worse, better or worse.
Yeah. Okay, so 10 greatest Celtics in franchise history ranked. Hey, shout out my man Daniel Donabedian, beast. Daniel.
Okay,
love Daniel. Let's see. So 10, Bill Sharman, interesting. Sam Jones at 9, Robert Parrish 8, Cowens, Pierce at 5, Havlicek, Kuzi at 3. Bird and Russell. No, McHale is interesting.
No, McHale's there.
Was he? Yeah, I'm brain dead. You're right. Kevin McHale 7. I think Tatum's probably above Bill Sharman, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Probably above Sam Jones. Maybe. Jones,
it gets really tough with the 60s guys because they were so dominant, and they all, like, the 60s teams, from what I understand, I wasn't there, were very much like this season's team, where everybody kind of just did what their job was and they played as a team.
Yeah.
And you hear Celtic basketball get thrown around. That's kind of where it comes from.
Yeah. So Bill Russell won. Did Sam Jones win a ring without Bill Russell? No, their careers perfectly overlapped.
Right.
And so that makes me feel like Tatum's probably in this range of Jones, Parrish, McHale, Cowens right now. He's probably in that mix. I think he's probably top 10 right now. Jalen's probably top 15.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Jalen's had a tremendous career too, and obviously winning Finals MVP is no joke.
And I think they both have the chance to be top 5 Celtics of all time. I think Tatum especially. Is it crazy? Fuck you. Is it crazy to say Tatum's peak is number 1?
No.
See,
who's number 1 on this list?
I think Bill Russell.
I think Bill Russell is really, really tough to pass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think Tatum's ceiling is top 3 in the conversation with Bird and Russell, but I don't think he can pass maybe either of them unless he wins like 4 rings. Then maybe he passes Bird.
Yeah, it's really tough to say because you really don't know what the team's capability is. You would imagine they're going to be just as competitive next year. They're probably going to be without Porzingis for a little bit of the beginning of the season. Who knows what happens with these guys playing in the Olympics if they're fatigued or whatever. But you'd have to imagine they're going to have a chance to compete again. So if they continue to be at the top and compete for championships, hopefully win a couple more, it's not crazy to think he'll be up with those names. I'm not convinced anybody's just going to pass Bill. I just think he's like the cornerstone. He was. I
don't think it's possible. Yeah, like everything he did off the court too. Like I don't think it's
correct.
I don't think it'll be a thing.
Great email.
Yes, thank you, John. Last email from Ryan Hall, shooting bigs. I know you guys might not know these players, but I'm doing my research on this draft class, and what I think our need is a shooting big. First, a guy we could possibly get with our first round pick is G League Ignite's Tyler Smith. I have read about him a little bit. 6'11" and shot 37% from 3. A few late second round guys are Coleman Hawkins and Drew Pember. I haven't looked that deep yet. Hawkins is 6'10" and Pember 6'11", both shot around 37% from 3. Just some food for thought that you guys could ask about or maybe look into. Banner 18, baby. Much love, Ryan, aka UFC Dana White. I'm going to star. Let me see. I'm going to star this email and the one from. Shoot,
we had another one. I think Michael Hilly hit us with one.
Michael, and we're going to go over both of those with Tyler Rucker when we have him on the show eventually.
Yep.
Thank y'all for the emails. We appreciate it very much. Let's go to the NBA section. Sam, your Pistons just fired Monty Williams. He's gone.
We're back.
You're happy about this move?
Yeah, Monty Williams clearly did not mesh with this team. The Pistons, I said it to you in the summer last year, not as bad as the record in the losing streak and all of like the poor things that happened to the Pistons last year. That roster did not warrant that record. They were not nearly that bad. And I think Monty Williams did play a part in that. He had a stubbornness with Jaden Ivey. The usage of some of these young guys wasn't great. And Williams now has this weird track record where he didn't get along with DeAndre Ayton either in Phoenix, who was also a young player who had high hopes coming out of the draft. And Ayton eventually became the scapegoat when Williams' Suns teams didn't do that well.
Yeah.
So that may bleed over into this Pistons team with Ivy. I mean, I thought Cade had a pretty decent season when he actually played. Like during that losing streak, he was doing everything he possibly could to get his boys out of the hole. But it doesn't feel like the Pistons quite got the same juice, encouragement that they might have needed compared to a team like, I don't know, an OKC team from the year before last, where they got into the play-in but weren't quite ready yet, and then they came back next year, and obviously I don't expect the Pistons to be the 1 seed anytime soon, but like they clearly had grown and taken the experience and had gotten valuable ball lessons from Dagnall, and he had those boys buzzing. I think the Pistons need somebody like that to be their head coach, because I don't think you would disagree that they do have talented young guys on this team. They just need somebody to encourage them. Like they needed Joe Mazzulla to get these guys juiced up and ready to play, like to change their careers, as Derek White said. Like if you find the right guy for this Pistons team, they will not be a joke. I swear. Like they don't have the free agent luxury. They have a high draft pick again. I know this isn't like a great draft. I'm rooting for them. It is a bit, but I do root for the Pistons. Like, I legitimately like the Pistons. I would like to see them play better. Sorry, old heads. I know you don't like the Pistons.
Tough. I guess we'll see. I'm unsure. I feel like it's up in the air.
The problem is there's not a lot of guys. Like, how many great head coaches are there right now? Not a lot.
James Borrego is somebody I saw who was linked to the Pistons.
Correct.
And I think he'll be a fine head coach. I think Frank Vogel, maybe. Kenny Atkinson could be a great guy to bring in.
Great one.
So we'll see. I don't know. Interesting. Sam Cassell. Sorry.
It does sound like there have not been any more Cassell rumors, but
no,
beyond the Lakers and Bucks, and the Bucks have filled that. Lakers sound like they're going to hire Redick, which we don't have on the sheet, but I saw somebody literally tweet, "Yeah, he's the coach." I forget who the source was, so it may not be concrete, but it sounds like he's going to be the coach of the Lakers.
It makes sense. All right, let's go to the next thing, which is the Pacers are planning on giving Pascal Siakam a max contract extension. Duh is my response. Obviously, I mean, he had a phenomenal playoffs. They made the Eastern Conference Finals. They well overachieved. Him and Tyrese Halliburton are forming a nice partnership. Eastern Conference, for the most part, outside of Boston, I would argue, and maybe Milwaukee, is pretty wide open. Like, there's a lot of room for growth in the Eastern Conference.
Yes.
And you never know with injuries and anything, knock on wood, obviously, but like, you can't waste time like trying to put together this perfect team. You need to go for it sometimes. And Pacers have put together a nice team. They have nice young players. Halliburton's good. Siakam is not young necessarily, but he's 30, so he's in his prime. It just makes sense. It's a good move.
Yeah, and I think this was kind of reported when the trade happened too, that this agreement had been like a handshake agreement where Siakam was going to stick around beyond the season. That way the trade was worth their while. And, I mean, we saw it. I think the Pacers earned the most respect of any team the Celtics played this postseason. Like, all of the Celtics fans will tell you, like, respect. Pacers are no joke. They play great team ball. Like, that offense was unbelievable. Rick Carlisle has them playing great, unselfish basketball. It didn't really matter when Halliburton got hurt. They continued to have firepower. Like, Nembhard is probably going to take a little bit of a step up this summer. Siakam continued to be a force against the Celtics. Miles Turner was really good throughout the entire playoff run. Pacers fans have a lot to be excited about. This is a likable Pacers team too. I know people have like bitched about them being front runners or whatever. I know the Bucks fans don't like them. I know Knicks fans clearly don't like them. But from what we saw against the Celtics, like, they play the right way. They're not annoying. They don't really foul bait. They just play hard. They play smart offense. Credit to them. So Siakam has a nice home for the next couple of years.
Definitely. Last NBA thing before we go to the emails. Speaking of former Raptors, OG Anunoby is reportedly not pleased with the New York Knicks right now. It's basically he is not happy with contract negotiations. That are the rumblings. He could test free agency. My theory is this is just him putting that out there so he gets a better contract, because Ian Begley of SNY reported to the Knicks Film School podcast, which shout out Andrew Beast. Unless OG Anunoby were to go a very different way and, you know, change agents, leave CAA, I just can't see this ending up in any way that is not OG coming back to New York. I think he'll end up back in New York, but there is a little bit of this rumbling, maybe just playing with the media to get a bigger contract. But it's out there, so yeah.
I mean, this falls in the same boat as Siakam, right? Like, when this trade first happened back, I think it was in early January, the Knicks aren't going to make a move like that, giving up RJ Barrett and Quickly, two guys that were on the younger side, guys they could keep around a while on cheap contracts. And they weren't going to give him up to bring in Anunoby unless they thought he would stay. He played really good ball for the Knicks when he was healthy. All the Knicks fans told us they were 20-3 in the regular season when they both played. Greatest team of all time. But
yeah,
it would make no sense for them to, you know, break his balls, not give him the contract he wants, and let him walk away in free agency. And it doesn't make a lot of sense for Anunoby to want to leave there too, because he clearly fit well. The team was playing well. The fans there believe in that team, and it's a good environment to play in. So where is he going to go that's going to pay him any money? There's not a lot of teams with cap space. And if you're the Knicks, if you have the cap space,
well,
what else are you going to do with it? Oh,
yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
that
Philly,
is the
Philly
one I
could go
saw
after
floated.
him.
That'd be kind of perfect for them. Yeah, that's
They
the one
could
I saw
use that.
floated. Exactly.
He's like perfect for that Tobias Harris role because he actually gives you something on defense, and he's really good. And
Also,
he was a consistent offensive player this year.
I don't know how much they have, but OKC.
Well, OKC has been rumored to want Hartenstein from them.
Exactly, but I'm saying, like, you think of OG landing slots, you run out there, Shea, Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, OG Anunoby, and Chet Holmgren. You're feeling pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think it's fully in the clear, but I like I said, I think he'll end up back in New York. All right, Ratless time, Sam. What do you got for me?
Ratless to people on Twitter clowning the Celtics fan that was celebrating with the champagne. Did you see this video?
I did, yeah.
So I saw this video a couple times, and people are making fun of the guy. And if you want to pull it up, you can pull it up. But if not, I'll just describe it. It's this guy. He's in a Jalen jersey. He's outside of his apartment, and he's like obviously overjoyed, overcome with emotions that he finally saw the Celtics won a title. And people are like making fun of him. He's like, bro, thinks he's on the team. Like, is this a little bit of an extreme celebration? Sure, but your team won a championship. Like, this doesn't happen every year. This is something to be proud of. Like, shout out to this guy. He deserves all of the happiness he's feeling. You look at him; he's fucking happy. Like, he's not being a dickhead. He's not like being a sore winner. He's just genuinely overjoyed. And I see like major media accounts making fun of him. It's like, all right, dude, like get your clicks, but this is not like the kind of person to pick on. He's clearly like just overwhelmed with happiness. This is what we all dream about when we watch sports. And then I saw another video, like it's the internet, duh. But like people can't fucking pick a side. There's this, and people are clowning him for caring too much. But then there was another one of the live stream that Barstool did where it was like Hank and a couple other Boston guys, like as the buzzer goes off, just kind of like high-fiving each other, like little hugs, but like nobody's overwhelmingly like going crazy. They're like, this is why like spoiled fan bases like Boston, like I can't get happy for them. It's like, well, make up your mind. That guy's fucking crying in his driveway and you're making fun of him, but now you're mad because they're not celebrating. Pick a side.
Yeah, people are fun.
It's just one of those things that gets under my skin. It doesn't quite like fall in the same category, but anytime like someone is trying to like pursue something that makes them happy and you're gonna like talk down on them and like kind of like discourage their dreams, like if like we're doing the podcast, Jack, and someone's like, oh, they'll never make it or whatever, like why do you have to say that? It's nobody's saying that to us, by the way. This is not like a direct shot. It's just an example I thought of. Like if someone's pursuing something, encourage them. Like be happy for that guy. He's clearly like having a moment. It's fine.
For sure. Definitely. What was I gonna Ratless the Heat, man. Oh, it sucks. I hate it.
Beat me to it, son of a bitch.
I hate it. I was golfing today. I had a good time golfing. It's just so hot. And it wasn't even that bad when I was golfing, but I like was sitting in my car about to go home. And my car was in the parking lot, just baking in the sun. I'm going to go drive to softball tonight. Man, the hot sucks. The heat is terrible. I hate it. I want it to go away. Give me the winter.
This is literally the worst time of the year, dude. I'm telling you right now. You're not going to have Celtics. You're not going to have
Vegas is going to be brutal.
I've heard Vegas is a different kind of heat, though. Like, it's not the same as here where it's like really muggy and humid. It's just like it doesn't feel as hot, is what I've been told. You don't feel it as much. You might feel the same as here. You might get sunburned, but you're not going to feel like, oh my God, I'm dying of sweat and stuff.
You know what sucks?
We need to plan for Vegas, by the way.
We do.
We need to get our damn Airbnb.
Fuck Texas.
Texas was bad too.
Terrible. I walked outside of the arena at 2 a.m. ready to go home, blasted in the face with heat. Fuck off.
Really?
Can't do it.
Middle of the night.
It's absolutely terrible. I hate it.
I ever tell the story on here?
Next week or this week now, like the week after I was in Vegas or Texas. Maybe over 100. I can't even imagine. It was only like 91 when I was there. Oh my God.
Friday's gonna be hot for the parade. 96 I saw.
You kill me.
What's it called? Did I ever tell you the story about when I was working in news and I was doing the morning shift? So I was going in at 4. And I had seen that the forecast was going to be 100 that day. So I was like, fuck that. I'm getting up. I'm going for a run. Went for a run at 2 a.m. Still hot. 80, 85 degrees. Pitch black. The most terrifying hour of physical activity I have ever endured. I had one of those reflective vests on the entire time. I was just in fear. It wasn't even of like people. It was like, is a coyote going to jump out at me? Like, am I going to get got by some wild animal? Would not recommend. Don't go running in the middle of the night. Not a good idea. Not fun.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
Like yesterday, I went running and I did like a shorter run. That's what my compromise now is. When it's hot out, I'll still go out, but I'm just not going to go and like kill myself to do whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I got back, pouring sweat. Like, you know those like videos of KG when he was on the Celtics? You just see that shit like rolling off of his chin. That was me when I sat down in the chair. So then I took a cold shower before we did the recording with Timmy G, which you saw in this show. Still sweating after a cold shower. That's how hot it was. It was brutal.
Terrible. Terrible. If you got any rat list, it is your turn, I think.
Rat list. I hate like carrying heavy shit. The lady's been moving into a new apartment, so I've been helping move. And I actually had a lot of fun helping out on Saturday. It was really fun. Like, got there at 8. Like, we were just bringing stuff. She was on the 3rd floor. Brought it down, like, moved it to the new place, which is like 2 streets over. And it was a great day. And we went and picked up like a dresser last night. It was brutal because that shit didn't have anywhere to grab it from. Oh, I don't know how, like, every product, desk, dresser, beds do. They should have handles. They should have somewhere for you to hold it from if you have to carry it.
I agree.
Just wait till September. What floor are your friends on that you're moving in with?
There's 1 flight of stairs, so it's not too bad.
It's brutal.
But I don't have any furniture to bring because they already have furniture there. So I'll be.
That's okay. You'll be all right then.
I just have to bring my bed and
a bed?
dresser. I think a bed and a dresser and maybe a desk, but it's not like I have like a whole.
Just bring the folding table.
And the stairs aren't too bad because the stairs have like a wall on either side. Like it's not like open stairs; it's like wall. So I'll be able to just like sort of guide myself up it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have to rat list. It's been a good week. I haven't had much to complain about this week.
We haven't done a pod. Oh no, we did pods in Dallas, huh?
Yeah,
we actually did the full ones.
No, we only did like 1 full one. Dallas wasn't too bad though. I saw my buddy who I haven't seen in like 5 years. Because he lives down there, so that was fun. I think that's about it. Ratless having to sit in the front seat in an Uber. Don't want to talk to people. Sorry.
Who had the front seat when we went to Vegas?
In the Uber?
Oh, I think Devin did. Devin sat up front because it was me, you, and Matt in the back. Remember we were in all that traffic?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god. That was.
It took us like we got to the airport.
Was I in the front?
I don't think so. I think Devin went up there. Maybe. We were in the back of the Uber. We just got off this like 5-6 hour flight to Vegas. So excited to get to the hotel, relax. Worst traffic you'll ever see. Just hour in the Uber trying to get to the damn hotel.
That was 20 minutes away. It was awful.
I think I've like bitched about this before. Ratless themes. So the lady moved into the new apartment. And she wants to have a housewarming party. And she's trying to come up with a theme. They got to have a theme. They can't just have people.
Theme should be?
They cannot have. What is it? What would the
new
theme?
House?
Yeah. Housewarming party theme. Exactly. She's like, I don't know. It gives like garden vibes. Like we have like they actually have a backyard now. Like flowery. Like what if we did like hidden garden or welcome to the jungle? I'm like, why don't you just do people I want to hang out with? Like, that would be a great way to spend your time. It's just people you want to see. What are you going to put on a silly outfit for? Well, it makes conversation. You don't need to make conversation. You know everybody. It's your house. You'll probably be invited this, by the way, so get ready to dress up, buddy.
Amazing. Thank you. I don't think I have anything else to rat list.
Rat list the Heat. Yeah, we already did that. Yeah, I think we're pretty good, man. Just I haven't seen. I don't know. I guess ratless people like getting mad at Tatum for like celebrating. I think they wanted Tatum to win the championship and then cut a promo that he had written, like he's a professional wrestler. They're mad that he seemed like KG or
people were clowning the "we did it." That was the one they were clowning.
Who cares? He won. You can clearly see like he has this look on his face where he's overjoyed.
I agree. Danny was saying something about that earlier.
What did he say? What do you think?
He was like, it just sounded so much like KG, man. It sounded like he pre-planned it. I'm like, I know, but like you can see he clearly was just in disbelief.
Tatum wore a fucking KG jacket to Game 7 last year, hoping that there would be some moment like that. Like I've seen people talk about it and defend it, and it's like pretty true. Like we live in a world where we use memes and shit to communicate. Like basically we speak in quotes. Like that's what we do.
True. Very true. I I don't think I have anything else. I
we
think
can wrap it up.
think that just about does it. Yeah. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll let Sam wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you very
also,
much.
quickly,
Go ahead.
sorry, I just want to say it again. All the comments, all the love on Twitter and comments, very much appreciate it. I just
Your
want to say
Instagram post was sick.
Appreciate you.
Kaylin showed me today in the car.
Yeah. First time I posted Instagram in over 5 years, and the laying down picture goes hard.
It is hard. That should be your new Twitter pic. Very professional.
Yeah, I don't want to put it up.
Doing angels in the confetti
goes hard. Terp did actual angels in the confetti. I just laid in it. Anyways, I'll let Sam take it out for real.
Thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a ton of content coming for you. Jack and I have promised draft videos for you in the coming days. So probably whatever is up tomorrow will be something draft related. We'll probably do something from the parade. I hope to vlog. I might vlog from the parade, especially
That'd be cool.
If all the stars align, I'll vlog. But it'll be a really fun day for us. We've been invited by the Celtics to be there as media to go to the press conference beforehand. So we'll at least get some up close stuff. It'll be pretty fun. So hopefully we'll have something from you there. And then as the summer goes along, we're going to have summer league previews. Like last year, we'll have draft previews. Tyler Rucker should come on with us before the draft. And going forward, free agency, breaking news. We're the breaking news gang. We'll have a video for you ASAP on all those things. So subscribe, leave a like. Let us know what you're thinking. Hopefully live streams will be around too. We'll keep you updated on those. I don't really know what the plan will be, but we'll be here. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple. Pods, game recaps, always there for you. You can also leave a 5-star review. That we would appreciate that. Email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. Like Jack said, email mailbags may become exclusive videos now instead of just part of the pod. We'll see what we think to do in the summer. We may need the emails to carry the pod.
Definitely going to do more Reddit.
Reddit reacts to breaking news can be a great one. Yep, I agree. So yeah, email us. We definitely want you guys to be a part of the show. We've gotten a tremendous amount of emails, great emails in this. Definitely reach out. Socials are How About Them C's. You can follow us there on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's the name of the pod. Our streams are there. They're on YouTube, and they are on Twitter. Jack's Twitter is Jackson NBA. Mine is at Sam LaFrance. That's it for us. Bye.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.
That is bogus! These guys are ridiculous!